says this is all right now going to be on Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. Now, again, some of the conservatives, beyond just the caucus, that rejected it, saying that it really was just a lighter version of still a big government program. Texas Congressman Gohmert was among them. He was a no vote on this. The president seemed to indicate right now that you didn't help matters any, not you specifically, Congressman. But what do you make of that?
Well, it's a treat to get to follow listening to him, because I hope that you had to see the kind of leader that he's become. It's the kind of leader I've seen him be for the last 3 days. I mean, he's been absolutely phenomenal.
I know that, but what about you and your role of whether you guys ruined this for the party? That's what people are going to start saying now. What do you say? Well,
if this had gone to a vote, you would have seen probably about an equal number of Tuesday Group and HFC guys that didn't vote for it. That's what you would have seen if we had taken the vote. So some thought that it might be better if he pulled the bill so they could just blame the House Freedom Caucus when they had, I mean, when you have the chair of appropriations saying he's looked at it, this is not a good bill. I mean, Rodney Frelinghuysen is just, he's the ultimate congressman. He's been very studious his whole time here.
You know what that was about? Wasn't it about whatever concessions were? But wasn't it about a lot of concessions made to conservatives, ticked off moderates, concessions made to moderates, ticked off conservatives? I guess I ask this now, Congressman, because presumably you move forward on tax reform. You have Speaker Ryan saying that it could be tough. You have Kevin Brady saying, you know, full speed ahead. Where are you in this, and whether this telegraphs trouble for that?
Well, with the tax reform bill, there has been a lot more involvement. Yes, we had listening sessions, but then we were given a bill and we went, wait, this isn't what we talked about, well, but we're going to push it through. And there was so much wisdom in what President Trump said about this. The bill that is in law right now is totally owned by the Democrats, and this bill was going to be a problem. More federal government, more federal control is not the answer. And the president, if I were him, man, he gave it an incredible try on a bill that was really, like he said, there were some problems here. And if you were following people that were falling away for the Tuesday Group, there was nothing being added as they were following away. They were just realizing, look, this really is not going to do the good we need to do for people. This isn't what we ran on. And so there were really people on both sides of the aisle that were having real problems with things that were there. And they were hearing from their constituents. That was another thing. People all over our conference were hearing from people at home that this is a disaster. Please don't do this. And there were so many noble people that they were going, all right, I'll take one for the team, but this isn't a good bill. And the more they were hearing from home, it made a difference.
Is there broader agreement then, Congressman, on the big sweeping view of tax reform that
yeah, I think
Kevin Brady seemed to indicate there is, Speaker Ryan a little less so, but what do you think?
No, I think there is a lot of agreement on tax reform. The devil's always in the details, but Kevin has done a great job, and the Speaker and everybody on the tax bill. We actually have been following what's being put in as it was being put in. Some things we were concerned about. We've been hearing from people, but they didn't go rushing into it and say, here it is, take it or leave it, no amendments, we're going to ram it through on party line vote, everybody's got to vote for it kind of thing. So it's a whole different approach. And we cannot leave health care alone because people are suffering all over the country, and it's under the 100% Democratic bill. So we are going to need to come to the rescue, and I think President Trump is exactly right. We're going to come back with a better bill, and it's going to have, some of us today were talking about, for example, Neil, let's get the Tuesday Group, the Republican Study Committee, the House Freedom Caucus, anybody rank and file, and let's don't just talk. Let's look at language. Let's agree on things like we did 4 years ago on a border bill that Boehner tried to ram through exactly the same way. We're going to force it through party line.
We're time for time, sir, but in other words, you're optimistic.
But we did it. We all got in a room and we agreed on a bill. We can do that.
Tax cuts happen. Do you think they will be retroactive?
Well, I would think that if Bill Clinton can slam down a retroactive tax on our seniors for Social Security, you betcha we can give them tax relief.
All right.
Retroactively, you betcha.
Thank you very much. Very good seeing you, sir.
Neil.
I appreciate that.